Breaking news. The wait is finally over, football is back, and the Tennessee Titans are stepping onto the field with all eyes on them. Week 1 is here, and the Titans face a heavyweight challenge right out of the gate, the Denver Broncos. This isn't just any season opener, this could set the tone for everything that follows. Can Tennessee shock the league, or will the Broncos prove why they're being called a Super Bowl contender? Stay tuned, because what happens tonight could define the Titans' 2025 journey. Ladies and gentlemen, the countdown is over. Titans football has officially arrived, and today the challenge could not be any bigger. Tennessee opens its season against a Broncos team that many believe has the firepower to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC West. That means this might be one of the toughest games of the entire season, and it's happening right at the start. Before we dive deeper into the keys for victory and how the Titans can pull this off, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a single update. Trust me, this season is going to be packed with breaking stories, surprises, and drama. You don't want to miss a moment. Now, let's move forward to the news. For rookie quarterback Cam Ward, this could not be a more brutal introduction. The Broncos' defense is stacked from top to bottom, Pat Certain locking down the secondary, Nick Bonitto attacking off the edge, John Franklin Myers controlling the line. And that's just the start. Add weapons like Courtland Sutton and J.K. Dobbins on offense, plus their latest additions through the draft, and you have a Denver roster that looks loaded in every department. This is exactly why tonight feels so unpredictable. Week 1 always delivers surprises. The question is, can the Titans rise above the noise and send a message to the entire NFL? The biggest shadow hanging over this matchup is Denver's defense, plain and simple. Last season, they were nothing short of dominant, leading the entire NFL with 63 sacks, holding opponents to under 100 rushing yards per game, and giving up fewer than 20 points on average. Numbers don't lie, this unit is a nightmare for any offense, and now, it's rookie quarterback Cam Ward who has to stare down that storm in his very first NFL start. For Tennessee, the spotlight shines on a handful of playmakers who must step up if the Titans want a fighting chance. Calvin Ridley looks like the spark on offense, while Jeffrey Simmons anchors the defensive line and sets the tone in the trenches. Good news for the secondary, L'Jarius Sneed is expected to suit up for Week 1, joining Roger McCreary and Jarvis Brownlee Jr. to form a unit that will be tested all night long. There are also new faces to watch closely. Femi Oladipo brings fresh energy, Cody Barton arrives from Denver with inside knowledge of his former team, and veteran receiver Tyler Lockett is ready to provide a reliable target. Add in Dan Moore Jr. up front, and the focus couldn't be clearer, this game will be decided in the trenches. Because here's the harsh truth, if the Titans cannot keep Cam Ward upright against that relentless Broncos front seven, it won't just be a long night, it could turn into a nightmare debut for the rookie. Some analysts are pointing to the Titans' offensive line as their greatest strength, but let's be honest, that's still up for debate. Yes, Dan Moore Jr. adds experience, Peter Skoronski continues to grow, and Lloyd Cushenberry looks fully recovered from his Achilles injury. Add veterans like Kevin Zeitler, who anchored protection in Detroit, and J.C. Latham settling back into his natural spot, and there's reason for optimism. But optimism only matters if this unit delivers under pressure. Can they handle Nick Bonitto, who terrorized quarterbacks with over 13 sacks last season? Can they slow down John Franklin Myers before he collapses the pocket? Those are the battles that will decide if Cam Ward has the precious extra seconds he needs to operate. Because in this league, 1.5 seconds isn't enough, you blink, and the play is over. That's why the offensive line isn't just a talking point, it's the matchup that could make or break this game. If Tennessee protects their rookie quarterback, they have a chance to shock the league. If they don't, it could be a long night in Denver. And here's the twist, nobody outside of Nashville is giving the Titans a chance. Almost every prediction tilts toward the Broncos. That's exactly why this game feels dangerous, because sometimes the underdog bites back. Up next, the keys to victory for the Titans. What has to go right for Tennessee to pull off the upset? Let's break it down. We've broken down the numbers, the matchups, and the pressure points, but now it's time to focus on what really matters, the keys to victory for Tennessee. The very first priority is simple to say but brutally hard to execute: protect Cam Ward. Denver is one of the most aggressive blitzing teams in the NFL, and they don't just send pressure, they swarm from every angle. Linebackers crashing the gaps, edge rushers collapsing the pocket, safeties disguising their attack. If the Titans' offensive line can't hold firm, Ward's debut could turn into a trial by fire. That's why tonight's game hinges on more than talent, it comes down to discipline, communication, and toughness in the trenches. If Tennessee's front five can buy even an extra heartbeat of time, it could change everything. Because here's the truth, Denver will bring the house. The only question is, can the Titans stand tall and punch back? Denver knows exactly what's at stake. They see a rookie quarterback making his first NFL start, and they'll do everything possible to rattle Cam Ward early. If Tennessee can't keep him upright, Ward will spend the afternoon scrambling for his life instead of finding receivers downfield, and that's a formula for disaster. Protecting him isn't just important, it's survival. Now, the second key to victory shifts to the Titans' defense, force Denver to win on the ground. Bo Nix impressed a lot of people in his rookie season, nearly 30 touchdowns, over 3,700 yards, and solid efficiency. Going into his second year, he's only going to get sharper. That means the last thing Tennessee wants is Nix picking apart the secondary with Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, or Evan Ingram. Instead, the Titans must funnel the Broncos' offense into the run game. J.K. Dobbins has struggled to stay healthy, rookie R.J. Harvey is still unproven, and their depth backs aren't exactly game-breakers. That plays right into Tennessee's strength, with Jeffrey Simmons and Tvondra Sweat clogging the middle and Arden Key and Sebastian Joseph Day setting the edge. If the Titans can force Denver to live between the tackles, they'll take away the Broncos' most dangerous weapon, the passing attack, and tilt the odds back in their favor. If the Titans' defense can force Denver to grind it out on the ground, they'll at least keep the scoreboard under control. But the offense has its own blueprint for survival, quick passes. Cam Ward can't afford to hold the ball against this Broncos pass rush. Training camp and preseason showed that throwing over the middle is still a work in progress for him, especially with linebackers like Cody Barton and now Dre Greenlaw lurking in coverage. Add Pat Certain locking down Calvin Ridley, and the margin for error shrinks even more. That's why the Titans need to lean on timing routes and short throws, get Tyler Lockett involved, mix in Tony Pollard, and let the ball come out within 2 seconds. Quick decisions won't just protect the rookie, they'll give this offense a fighting chance to move the chains. And finally, the most important key of all, play free. No one is giving Tennessee a chance. Every analyst has circled this game as a Broncos win. That kind of doubt can either weigh a team down, or set them free. If the Titans embrace the underdog role, play with a chip on their shoulder, and bring the fight for all 4 quarters, they just might shock the league. So here's the question, what's your score prediction? Do you see the Titans pulling off an upset, or will the Broncos prove too strong at home? Personally, I think it will be tighter than most expect, but Denver's depth and balance may prove too much in the end. Still, this Tennessee team isn't the pushover people think, it's a group ready to compete, ready to grow, and ready to send a message that the rebuild is already ahead of schedule.